What if your family turned you into their live-in nanny without ever asking your name on the cake? For years, Sophia Harper erased herself to keep the peace, until one birthday dinner when the twins' names were iced over hers and the family vacation meant free childcare. That night, she booked a solo flight instead. This is the breathtaking, soul-stirring moment she stopped being invisible and vanished into a life that finally had room for her radiant, authentic self. Hi, I'm Sophia Harper. I've spent 3 decades perfecting the art of disappearing in plain sight. The quiet one, the helpful one, the sister who never complained when plans changed because someone else needed something more. I told myself it was love. I told myself it was duty. Really, it was the slow daily erosion of a girl who believed her own dreams were rude to voice out loud. A heartbreaking, tender betrayal of my own heart. That belief died on a Thursday in late May. My sister Jessica's laughter floated above the restaurant clatter like champagne bubbles, light, sparkling, and impossible to ignore. "You don't mind watching the boys during the trip, right, Soph?" she asked, already turning away. Already certain of my answer. Alex and Ben, 4-year-old hurricanes in matching dinosaur shirts, launched themselves at me the way they always did. One yanked my hair like a rope toy. The other upended his juice straight down my sleeve. Red liquid bloomed across the pale blue silk I'd saved 3 waitressing shifts to buy. The table erupted in fond chuckles. My mother dabbed her eyes with a napkin, cooing about how kids will be kids. No one looked at me. No one ever really looked at me. The ache was profound, raw, and unyielding. I excused myself to the restroom, locked the door, and stared at the stains spreading like blood on snow. Something inside me snapped, not loudly, not with screaming or shattered plates, but with the clean, quiet precision of a bone finally giving way after years of invisible fractures. A fierce, defiant fire ignited in my chest. That night, I went home and booked a flight. Not to the all-inclusive resort in Cancun they'd been buzzing about for months. A different flight, a different coast, a ticket bought with the money I'd been secretly saving in an account they didn't know existed. They assumed I'd be there to carry diaper bags and cut grapes into quarters so Jessa could finally relax. They had no idea I was already gone, unshackled, courageous, and ready to embrace my own vibrant path. Growing up in our house was like living inside someone else's spotlight. The walls were a shrine to Jessica, toddler art in gilded frames, varsity letters, and her wedding portrait the size of a movie poster. My own milestones, state writing champion at 15, Dean's List every semester, the short story published in a real literary magazine were folded into drawers like receipts no one planned to reimburse. When Jessica outgrew clothes, they landed in my room with the faint scent of her perfume still clinging to the fabric. "Be practical," Mom would say, smiling the way people do when they're asking you to swallow unfairness and call it gratitude. Dad once told me, voice low so Mom wouldn't hear, "We have to choose our battles, Soph. Jessica, she needs more." As if my needs were optional accessories we couldn't afford. I paid my own way through college, pouring coffee and clearing plates while Jessica's wedding registry was funded faster than my textbooks. Every weekend, my phone glowed with the same plea. "Can you take the twins? Just a few hours." Those hours became sunsets, became entirely lost. Saturdays were when I built Lego towers while my own essays gathered digital dust. I told myself families were complicated. I told myself love meant showing up, even when no one noticed you'd arrived. But the pain was soul-stirring, the betrayal bittersweet and exhausting. The birthday dinner was supposed to be mine, 31, a number no one could confuse with anyone else's milestone. But the cake arrived with Alex, Ben, and Sophia scrawled in wobbly blue piping, as if my name were just bonus decoration. Cartoon giraffes danced across the frosting. My mother beamed. "We're celebrating everyone." Then came the envelope. Plane tickets, a resort brochure featuring infinity pools and kids club hours. "You'll help with the boys so Jessica can have a real break," Mom said, like she was offering me a gift instead of assigning me unpaid labor. Something electric shot through my chest, rage so pure it felt wholly fierce and empowering. I set my fork down with deliberate calm. I'm not going. The table went still. Jessica's wine glass froze halfway to her lips. My father cleared his throat the way he did when bills arrived. Mom's smile calcified. Don't be dramatic, Sophia. I'm not being dramatic, I said. And my voice didn't shake. I'm being 31. Jessica rolled her eyes. You're unbelievable. No, I answered, standing tall and unyielding. I've been unbelievably patient. I walked out before the tears could fall in front of them. They didn't deserve to see me cry anymore. That night, under the weak glow of my desk lamp, I built a new life in spreadsheets and browser tabs, flights, a small hotel on an island I'd never mentioned dreaming about, cancellation of the shared streaming accounts, the family phone plan, and every digital tether I could snip. I packed light, 3 white shirts, 2 pairs of jeans, the notebook I'd hidden under my mattress since high school, and the silver water bottle Jessica once mocked as overly minimalist. Every item felt like evidence that I existed outside their orbit, bold, liberated, and triumphant. The week before their departure, the house thrummed with their excitement. Suitcases yawned open in the hallway like hungry mouths. The twins raced in circles, chanting beach, beach, beach. Mom knocked on my door with sunscreen and reminders about the boys' allergies. I smiled, nodded, and said nothing about the gray hardshell suitcase already waiting in my trunk. Jessica cornered me in the kitchen 2 nights before takeoff. You're really doing this? She hissed. Ruining everyone's vacation because you want attention? I looked at her, really looked, and felt something loosen inside my ribs. I don't want attention, Jess. I want absence. Mine specifically from your life. Her mouth opened and closed. For once, she had no reply. The morning they left, I kissed the twins goodbye, told Mom I'd meet them at the gate, and watched their minivan disappear around the corner. Then I drove to a different terminal, checked a bag I'd packed for no one but myself, and walked toward a gate that had only my name on the boarding pass. As the plane climbed, Phoenix shrank beneath me, neat grids of streets and swimming pools and lives I no longer owed. I felt unburdened, renewed, and exhilaratingly free. I sent one text before switching my phone to airplane mode. Enjoy the resort. I'm on a different vacation. Don't wait for me. I didn't read the replies. There were dozens, then hundreds. Caps-locked accusations. Voicemails thick with tears and outrage. My mother's broken record of "after everything we've done for you." Jessica's final message, "You've destroyed this family." I deleted the thread without listening. The pain was heart-wrenching, but the release was transformative. The flight attendant offered me champagne. I took it. The island smelled like salt and frangipani. My room had a balcony over water so blue it looked photoshopped. I stood there until the sun burned the last of the guilt from my skin. Days blurred into pure, unapologetic oxygen. I walked until my legs gave out, ate mango sliced by a stranger's knife, and wrote pages and pages in that old notebook without checking the time. I bought a tiny seashell pendant from a woman who called me beautiful, like it was the most obvious fact in the world. Grateful, serene, and joyful. On the last morning, I sat on the balcony with coffee gone cold and wrote, "Freedom doesn't knock. It waits quietly in airport lounges and unmarked gates until you're brave enough to walk toward it alone. It tastes like slightly burnt plain coffee and smells like the ocean you didn't have to earn by babysitting. It's fearless, luminous, passionate, and unstoppable." I flew home lighter, as if altitude had scraped the barnacles off my soul. My apartment, once a crash pad between their emergencies, felt spacious with silence. I hung the seashell pendant above my desk where the light hits it every morning. No framed photos of anyone else. Just me, the plant I finally remembered to water, and a calendar with only my own plans written in it. Authentic, empowering, and inspiring. They tried calling for weeks. I let it ring. Eventually the calls stopped. Sometimes, late at night, I still feel the old ache like a phantom limb where their approval used to be. But then I look at the seashell catching the moonlight, touch its smooth curve, and remember, I was never the problem. I was just in the wrong story. The kettle whistles. I pour tea into a mug that belongs only to me. The silence that follows is the most honest sound I've ever heard, and it is mine.